Thanks, Nudgy Men. Thank you for your prompt response there, our junior school. So well behaved. Mr. Fulliger and the college leadership team, welcome. To parents, grandparents and friends who are with us today, a warm welcome to you to this college assembly. I steal a gag from Mr. Netto, who looked out at the crowd today and said, "Toddy, it looks like the parents are here to sit an exam. I wish you all the very best with that exam. Go well." To our junior school who are here in the room with us, welcome. To all of the staff and boys who are back in classrooms being live streamed to today, welcome to you as well to this very special assembly. It's fair to say that our focus this morning is on our junior school, but there is a focus beyond that as well. In a moment we will begin with prayer, and after that we'll hear about the Best Foot Forward campaign launching again this year. We will see our academic medalists from the junior school. We're starting that run of 3 assemblies of academic medals. We are going to hear about the Old Boys Awards. And those awards go from Year 5 to Grade 10, and we're going to see the Year 5s and 6s presented today. A historic and prestigious award is the Oratory winners for each grade. That competition going back to the years before radio and TV, where the Christian brothers would have the boys in Ryan Hall speaking in impromptu speaking competitions, a historic award, and that is being given out today, as well as other messages from key people and things we need to know. As always, it is great to be here, and everyone is very welcome. Today, to begin our assembly, as always, we begin with prayer, and it's special today for Andrew Emery, who is a gold medalist and is going to be leading us in prayer today.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. May today there be peace within. May you trust God that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be confident knowing you are a child of God. Let this presence settle you into your bones, and allow your soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of us. Live Jesus in our hearts. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Good morning, Mr. Fulliger, staff, parents here, parents at home, and my fellow Nudgy brothers. Today, I'll be spreading awareness for the BFF campaign, otherwise known as Best Foot Forward. This program believes and supports the rights for all women and girls to access quality education. If you want to give girls and women in poverty an education that would change their lives, pick up a pair of pink laces today for $10. To stand here in front of you today and tell stories of the pure injustice and robbery of something like education is truly heartbreaking. As hard as it is to come to terms with, women in poverty all over the world are currently in an educational crisis, and they need our help. They need us to put our best foot forward. Putting your best foot forward will result in empowering a girl, giving her an education, and changing her life. You'll receive a brown packet like this. Inside will be a pair of pink shoelaces and a pamphlet illustrating the positive outcomes of your purchase. Let's stand together, men and women.
On week 4 of this term, in association with St. Joseph's Gregory Terrace, all Opens First teams will be donning the pink laces in support of the Best Foot Forward initiative. In addition, we also strongly encourage all other Nudgy College sporting teams to purchase a pair of pink laces to wear in round 4. Help us showcase our Nudgy spirit against terrace once again by getting involved with this great cause. Save the date, August the 8th, if you want to help change the life of a girl, girls all across the globe for $10. They are ready for you to pick up from the locker room, junior school office, or the identity office on the second floor of the Learning Centre. Nudgy boys, let us stand together in unity with women, not only on August the 8th, but every day. Thank you.
We all share this one world beneath our feet. Yet the one at her feet feels very different. The one at her feet lacks basic human rights. The one at her feet treats her with little respect. The one at her feet has limited access to the right education and won't let her put her best foot forward. You may have the world at your feet. We feel she deserves the same. So do the hundreds of millions of mothers, daughters, and sisters like her. Education is key to a brighter future. It will empower her. It will empower her community. It will empower future generations. Together, let's put our best foot forward so that she can too. We're asking for ambassadors, for people like you to become BFFs. As a BFF, you make a commitment to spread the BFF word, support the 24-hour giving day, and empower lives through education. Visit bestfootforward.org.au today and help girls like her to put their best foot forward.
Good morning, Mr. Fulliker, members of the college leadership team, staff, the many parents gathered here, and of course the students scattered across the college. We gather for the first of several academic assemblies to celebrate what was an extraordinary semester one in so many ways. Today we acknowledge the academic excellence of our Year 5 and 6 students. In the junior school, we are indeed proud of how well our new students have settled into the rigours of Nudgy. In speaking with several Year 5 classes last week, there was a reoccurring theme. The work at Nudgy is much more challenging than my old school. Students also noted they often had no idea when assessments would take place, which meant preparation was pretty limited. As we tell our students, preparation is the key to success. So being greeted with an assessment calendar in week 2 of term 1 was probably a little daunting for our younger students. We start the mindset early with our students that our academic career at Nudgy College is at the heart of why you are here. I also was pleased to meet several of our Year 7 classes last week and reconnect with some of our former Year 6 students. Again, the overwhelming feedback was that, yes, from 6 to 7 there was a leap, but nothing like coming to Nudgy in Year 5. With the support of Mr. Sepp, the learning and teaching team, Mr. Casalino, our program leader, curriculum, and the junior school staff, there's no doubt we instill preparation is the key to success from day one. Semester 1, 2020 was like no other in my teaching career, and one we'll all remember for different reasons. In the junior school, only 5 subjects were formally assessed, with gold medals being awarded for all A's except 1, silver for all A's except 2, and bronze for all A's except 3. Would you please welcome Mr. Fulliker and our student leaders to present our Year 5 and 6 medalists.
Good morning, Mr. Fulliger, special guests, parents, staff, and men of Nudgy. It is my privilege to present the Bronze and Silver Academic Awards to students in Year 5. Please hold your applause until the end. In Year 5, the Bronze Award recipients are Hugh Baxter, Rocco Bolton, Seamus Byrne, Jack Cool, Patrick Cruz, Jacob Davies, Joseph Fenton, Caleb Hopsick, Kai Istria, Carl Sherman, who is away today, Dilshan Sidhu, JP Strachan, Zach Tatum, Oliver Thornley, Sean Watson, and Jack Wells. Can we please congratulate our Year 5 bronze medalists? In Year 5, the Silver Award recipients are Rocco Crewcamp, Callum Erasmus, Charlie Gennon, Joshua Geinitz, Tobias Grant, Isaac Jabrin, Lachlan Kassane, Eamon McCarthy, who is away today, Nathan Peach, Reuben Rayner, Noah Shanwa, Oliver Stephen, Curtis Taylor, Eamon McCarthy is here. Can we please congratulate our Year 5 silver medalists? I would now like to welcome Oliver Hoard, College Vice Captain, to the stage to present the Gold Academic Awards to students in Year 5.
In Year 5, the Gold Award recipients are Lewis Abdi, Matthew Bale, Sydney Bates, William Bayo, German Buller, Jackson Boyd, Oliver Byrne, Harper Cameron, Daniel Carey, James Carroll, Baden Clote, George Dart, Ethan Ferris, and Liam Gainley. Can we please congratulate our first group of Year 5 Gold Award recipients? Thomas Gibb, Aidan Horan, Alexander Jones, Ryan Katmimub, Joshua Limer, Sebastian Machusi, Edward McDonnell, Owen McGregor, James Newbecker, Isaac Newman, Harrison Serini, Daniel Simpson, Oliver Smith, Christopher White, and Archie Youngman. Can we please congratulate our Year 5 gold medals? I would now like to welcome Patrick Kelly, College Vice Captain, to the stage to present the Gold and Silver Academic Awards for Grade 6.
In Year 6, the Bronze Award recipients are Lucas Black, Lincoln Cameron, William Conway, Martino Cubito, Oliver Dahl, Alexander de Groot, William Devlin, Tom Duffy, Mitchell Cooley, Paddy McDonald, Angus McClellan, Richian Naidu, Will Reed, Antoine Roberts, and Peter Rose. Can we please congratulate our Year 6 bronze medalists? In Year 6, the Silver Award recipients are Harrison Byrne, Fabian Cow, Zane Darwan, Cooper Galt, Edward Gary, Jackson Gosney, Maximilian Huard, Isaac Joannis, Roman Jones, Aidan Luke, Shawsey Mitchell, Iago Ortega Quintana, Sam Talon, and Jordan Watson. Can we please congratulate our Year 6 silver medalists? I would now like to welcome Lassus Alki, College Vice Captain, to the stage to present the Gold Academic Awards to students in Year 6.
In Year 6, the Gold Award recipients are Ethan Andrews, Benji Brandt, Jack Burton, William Campbell, William Delamore, Jeremy Deacon, Mitchell Donovan, Ethan Easton, Andrew Emery, Matthew Fuller, Jack Gordon, James Gray, Spencer Green, Rise Griffith, Luke Hardingham, and Charles Horton. Let's congratulate the first group of gold medalist recipients. Charlie Henderson, Archer Jenkins, Cooper Keel, Tom Cooley, Brody Martin, Harrison McIver, Jai Mort, Elfie Piper, Eddie Power, Ben Sands, Isaac Simpson, oh, he's away, Jacob Tucker, Flynn Tormey, Jack Walker, Kane Walsh, Sean Watkins, Grady Whisker, and Baxter Whittivan. Can we please congratulate our Year 5s and 6 Academic Award recipients?
Thank you very much, boys, and the challenge is certainly up to our medalists to keep that academic standard going when you join in with all of your specialist subjects this semester. Also in the coming weeks, we will be presenting our Old Boys Award recipients. In the junior school, we award the Mccroson Award for students who've displayed persistence, managed their impulsivity, and took responsible risks. The Mccroson Award recognises the contribution this family has made to Nudgee College, but in particular, Neil. Neil's grandfather was front and centre at our many Federation conferences, leading to the formation of Australia as we know it. Neil's older brother Hugh was an old boy of Nudgee College. He taught here for 3 years, and before entering politics, he became a Chief Justice of Queensland. Neil played in the first 11 and first 15 whilst at Nudgee, and won prizes for swimming, handball and rifle shooting. At the public examinations conducted by the University of Sydney in 1904, he was awarded the T.J. Byrne Medal for obtaining the highest pass in Queensland. At the senior level, in 1906, he again topped the state, and in 1907, he was awarded the Rhodes Scholarship for Queensland, Nudgee College's first. Neil Mccroson became Chief Justice on the 25th of April 1946, the second of his sons, the sons of John Mccroson, to do so. It is therefore fitting that Nudgee College would recognise the extraordinary contribution this family has made to the state of Queensland and our college's rich history. It is my pleasure to introduce our recipients of the Mccroson Award for Semester 1, 2020. Liam Ganley, Alexander Watt, Oliver Thornley, Lachlan Patterson, Harper Cameron, who's away, Daniel knows here, Daniel Simpson, Michael Donovan, Max Ullman, Jackson Gosney, Harry Weingarth, Ilyas Alivu, and Jarrah Rich. Can we please congratulate our Mccroson Award winners for Semester 1.
Thank you, Mr. Corley. It's so wonderful to hear all of those names from Year 5 and 6. It's so important to recognise all of those who excel in all realms of school life. In particular, the Mccroson Award in the recognition of persistence, managing impulsivity, and taking responsible risks. These habits of mind are traits that will serve you, each of you, not just here at Nudgee College, but in your life beyond the gates. Perhaps in your time at school, there will be no greater risk than speaking in front of your peers about something you're passionate about. Having the courage to take that risk is what makes our college's oratory competition truly great. It gives students from each year level the opportunity to discuss and demonstrate their presence, perseverance, and passion as they orate on something close to their heart. Today, I'd like to welcome Mr. Fulliger to the stage to present to you the winners of the 2020 Nudgee College Oratory competition. Please hold your applause until the end. From Year 5, with a speech on how Daniel Ricciardo is the greatest Australian sportsman, Oliver Mccroson. From Year 6, discussing how a round of golf is a metaphor for life, Billy Cannellan. From Year 7, describing how to perform under pressure, Paddy Williams. This is Paddy's third year in a row winning the oratory competition. From Year 8, graphically describing how he copes or doesn't before a big race, Sam Cooley. From Year 9, analysing what makes something newsworthy, Aidan Easton. From Year 10, defining what it means to read too much into jokes, Oliver Bryans. From Year 11, with a piece on the environment, Logan Azzopardi. And finally, from Year 12, with an insightful discussion of Stoicism and its applications in our modern society, Injara Harbour. Please congratulate your 2020 Oratory winners. Thanks, Peter.
Morning, Mr. Fulliger, special guests, parents here and at home, and of staff, I should say, and also gents. I wanted to spend a little bit recapping on last week and congratulate everyone who was involved in our return to sport for round one. It was a huge team effort. We certainly had some great results on and off the field, so gents, well done and thank you for the way you've conducted yourselves. Our uniform was extremely good and our sportsmanship equally impressive. So please keep working hard on how we present ourselves both as hosts at Nudgee and when we are guests at other schools. I appreciate the support in following our Term 3 COVID guidelines and remind everyone that we are asking you to arrive, play and then leave after your game. This week we'll be live streaming the first 15 match versus TSS, so encourage all our supporters to watch online and a link will be advertised to our community later in the week. Transport also ran very smoothly. A reminder to the boys that you need to book your seat on the team app and arrive to your bus early. Our buses are on very tight schedules as we need to keep them moving to make sure boys are not arriving too early and also not hanging around too long after their games. A special mention to our cattle club, who has been on hold for quite a number of months now. They return tomorrow at the cattle yard, so a great afternoon for them ahead. Just a reminder that you are not to access the cattle yards on foot. So any boys who are going to the cattle yards tomorrow for cattle club, you must do so via a bus that will leave from O'Neill. So there are some changes down the back, obviously due to our flats construction, so there was no access by foot. And finally, I'd like you to enjoy a highlight reel from our first 11 game against Churchie on Saturday.
when you live without that monitor? Yeah. It does something really weird to your stomach.
Good morning. Hard to follow the highlights reel of a sports event and say a few words. Welcome everyone, particularly good morning Year 5 and 6. And boys, it's great to have you here at Assembly, boys. It's such a great change from last term. Terrific to have parents here as well. I know Mr. Anetto or Mr. Todd suggested there was a test and he said it was a joke. Actually, I've got the papers are coming out shortly. Pens will be distributed. There's 10 questions. If you can't get 5 out of 10 parents, you're here. There's a detention through to a morning tea, just as a little keep you focused for today. But thank you, in all seriousness, thank you for joining us today. It's just great for us to be able to come together in something of a community way, in a different way to last term. To those boys and staff and parents who are watching us in various places around the campus and beyond, welcome also. Can I congratulate those boys who've received awards today? Can I encourage them, but also other boys who didn't today receive awards. I'm always conscious on days where we give academic acknowledgement or acknowledgement for learning. I'm always conscious of other boys who've tried absolutely their best and haven't been acknowledged. It should always be not a disincentive to see others awarded. We should be pleased for others, for them to be awarded, but also not discouraged at all on our own journey as learners. Congratulations to all those boys who received Oratory awards today as well. A great tradition at this school. We had a really good start. Mr. Todd alluded to that. Week 1 was a terrific start to the term, but only a start, boys. Only a start to the term. But it was a smooth start, and I thank you for that. I thank you for the efforts of staff as well. Over the course of last week and this week, there's been some terrific conversations which are focused on maybe what we've achieved and what we did in our schoolwork over the past term or the past semester, but also there's been a real future focused in those. I'm referring to the parent-teacher interviews which were held last Monday as a way to start the term. We did them in a different way this year. And if there is an upside to some of the things we're experiencing on the back of COVID-19 is we're learning to do things differently and actually finding out that they work better than what we've done previously. And I think parent-teacher nights are something that we've discovered to be able to do them online as we did is no bad thing at all. Yesterday in here, some parents who may be even here today for this assembly were here for our Year 10 set planning meetings. Mums and dads, Year 10 boys and key members of staff about the learning journey those boys have over the next 2 years on the way to finishing and concluding Year 12, talking about their futures based on what they've experienced so far, based on their achievement, looking to the future. Year 12s will certainly be engaged in that during this term. QTAC information nights, going to open days or whatever forum that the universities are going to provide to young people in the months ahead around next year and making decisions for their pathway beyond Nudgee at the conclusion of Year 12. Likewise, boys in Year 9 as well as Year 10s are looking at what subjects will they choose for next year. So we're focused on about the future. I pick up on that theme because I received a report recently from an organisation called PricewaterhouseCoopers, and this was called the Workforce of the Future. So I'm hoping a slide pops up behind me which just alludes to that. And they're looking, that future is about 2030, the year 2030. If you're in Year 5 or you're Year 6, well, come 2030, by my calculations, boys, you're going to be 20 or 21 or perhaps 22. You'll be at university. You'll be working. You'll be in an apprenticeship. You'll be in training, whatever the form of training in terms of a job and career. If I'm year 11 and 12, well, I'm going to be 26 or 27 or 28, and 2030 might seem like a long way away for all of us, particularly when we're young people, but it will pass very, very quickly. Year 11 and 12 boys will be starting out their careers in 10 years' time. Their first jobs or their second jobs. There'll be work, there'll be further study, further training, as they begin and commence their career in whatever that form may be. But there'll no doubt be change over the 10 years. So over the coming couple of weeks, I want to refer to this Workforce of the Future report as we do these assemblies for academic achievement over the coming couple of weeks. So I'll pick up little points along the way. So what was this report, or what was the background to the report? Well, PricewaterhouseCoopers are a global company, and so they got together people from their organisation. In fact, they got 10,000 people together across PwC across the world, combined with an organisation called the James Martin Institute of Science and Civilization from Oxford, no less. An important organisation, I imagine. Those 10,000 people were from industry, they were from business, they were recruitment people, they were involved in strategic decision making for large companies and organisations. They were involved in HR, human resources. They were involved in analytics, looking at data and making predictions about the future. They had expertise in technology, the use of technology in all its various forms. They formed one team and tried to collect a whole lot of data from these people, 10,000 people across 138 countries, and tried to distill what the world of work might be in 2030. And we're going to little look at that over the coming couple of weeks. They didn't paint one scenario to predict what the world will be in 10 years. They did this report prior to COVID-19, so the pandemic wasn't even mentioned, I don't think, in the report that I can see. If they did that report now, it might be shaped a little bit differently. But the essence, I think, is still important. And there's just one sentence I want to use today from all of that report, which I found very, very instructive. It's a sentence where they talk to for students. What did they emphasise? The sentence, and again, I'm hoping that slide comes up, that it's not just about acquiring knowledge. The next 10 years and the world of work and how the world will be is not just about acquiring knowledge and passing a test. That's important, and we recognise that as a school. What is more important, it's how to learn. If anything you hear while you're here at Nudgee in Year 5 or his Year 12 boy coming to the end of his time here, I hope you're learning about how you learn. We all learn in different ways. We all learn in common ways. But you have to discover, boys, part of the journey going through Nudgee is to discover how I best learn. What's that situation? And if we took the last term as an example, some of you discovered that at-home learning suited you 150%. Some of you discovered that at-home learning did not suit you at all. Many of you discovered that, hey, being back at school and being in class with a teacher is the best way for you to learn. While it's teacher-directed, there's some space for you to take that responsibility. But it's learning how to learn that is at the essence of a successful career over the coming years, the next 10 years and then beyond, because you boys are going to be the workforce of the future. So we talk about here at Nudgee any number of times. We talk about habits of mind. We've recognised in those awards today. Those habits of mind that we think are at the essence of you learning how to learn, understanding how you learn, challenging yourself how to learn. So those qualities that you have, as well as some of those characteristics I talked about last week, persistence, commitment, resilience, determination, those things that you need, personal qualities to be successful wherever we are in the world, be it here as a principal, you as a student, your parents in their careers, your parents just in their day-to-day work and calling as a parent. We are all challenged in those ways. So I'll allude to more of that in the coming days. If I could go back to two messages of recent times. And boys, you remember seeing this image late or during first term before we did go to home learning. There was a wonderful assembly and we talked about that golden ticket. And I want to remind you every now and then in the rest of this year. Mr. Todd talked about how fortunate we are to be here today. And you are indeed very fortunate to be here at Nudgee. You have that golden ticket to have a Nudgee education that your parents have provided to you. In all its rich opportunities that you have in the classroom and beyond, every day you have that golden ticket packed in your lunchbox or in your school bag or in your back pocket. It's a figure, of course, it's a metaphor for what you are being given here at Nudgee College every day by hard-working, committed teachers. That golden ticket. So when you bring that golden ticket every day, you have to make every lesson count. So when we finish this assembly, that future of 2030 begins next period. You learning how to learn begins next period. Making the most of every opportunity, making every lesson count, making that golden ticket something that you truly appreciate can be a challenge sometimes. Is not always easy. You need to be resilient. You need to be committed. You need to be organised. All those habits of mind need to come and play every day as well. And I conclude the assembly where I think Mr. Todd took us last week, because I thought every day I've made my bed over the past week, boys, I have thought about what Mr. Todd had an assembly. In my relationship with my wife, I'm the bed maker. I don't know how that happened. That's just what happens in my place. So, boys, I wonder how your bedroom looked when you left it this morning. Was it the bedroom on the right, or perhaps the one on the left? There's a challenge for us, boys, in making our bed every day. Thank you.
Just some final announcements to finish our assembly before our normal traditional formalities at the end. Mr. Foley, absolute respect to you if your bed was made there in the picture and it was the one with the blue and white striped doona. Wow, so nudgy. Great choice. Nudgee gentlemen and staff, tomorrow is a very, very important day on the school calendar because it is our annual photo day. And then on Thursday for our junior school, there are further photos. So gentlemen, those photos are our class photos, our house-based class photos, and our individual photos. And we know that our house photos go into the annual each year. They are purchased by mums and dads and grandparents. And of course, we then have individual photos which are also purchased. And I know many parents have photo walls of all of their sons' photos over their time at Nudgee. And also, those individual photos then go on your ID cards in the future. Anything that goes in the annual is really important. Nudgee men, we're blessed today to have a proud grandparent in Mr. Bernie Power. And I know that Bernie was here at Nudgee in the 50s, but I would put money down that Bernie still has his Nudgee College annuals, which he would carry with them, and that will be you in the future. You'll be looking back at your annual photos in years to come with mates. So gentlemen, we want to make sure that A, we are present tomorrow at the right time for our photograph, that we have a wonderful, well-groomed haircut, we're well shaven. We have made sure, I know we do this all the time, but we'd make an extra effort tonight or tomorrow morning to make sure that our shoes are polished and we are ready to be photographed to represent ourselves, our family and our school. So a little bit more detail on that for tomorrow because it is a large day. You will hear myself and Mr. Tuvey and Miss Tilliard over the PA system regularly. Our boarders, you are kicking us off nice and early at 7:30 in the morning with O'Brien and Cotter, followed by Murphy and Hodder. Those photos will take us through to around the start of school. So thank you to our boarders for being up there nice and early on Ross Oval. Year 12's a really special photo for you and for us each year is the Year 12 photo, which happens in Ross Oval Grandstand. And we will be having that photo during PC tomorrow. So when the bell goes to start PC, Year 12 men, I would ask that you head straight to Ross Oval and start getting yourself in order from shortest to tallest, which is its own fun event to watch. as you get ready for your photo tomorrow with Mr. Fulliger. Barrett House, you will kick us off at the end of PC. So Barrett House men, you would go to PC as normal, and at the end of PC, you would head to Ross Oval to start us off from a house basis. And Barrett through to McKenna will be before morning tea. House, tutor photo and individual photo. We'll have morning tea as normal, but during morning tea, that is the opportunity for sets of brothers to have their photograph together. So Nudgee men, if you have a brother here at Nudgee, we would love to see you get photographed, and those photographs are at morning tea and lunchtime. The sibling photos, you'll hear those announced, sibling photos. After morning tea, from Riley through to Teeny, we'll finish those probably within period 3, maybe at the start of period 4. Then our Indigenous unit, we'd love to see you all together in that photo that we take annually. And then, gentlemen, over the course of period 4, you'll hear me on the PA announcing for sons and grandsons of old boys. Now, that is somewhere between 200 and 300 boys every year, and we'd love you to be in it to recognise that family connection to Nudgee. So, gentlemen, lots of photographs tomorrow, and very important ones as well. Please be present and looking sharp for that. Then on Thursday, that continues with our class photos in the junior school that will happen on Thursday morning. Gentlemen, last week I mentioned the fact that with Mr. Fulliger's approval, and thanks to our Development and Communication DevCom section of Nudgee, we have for every boy and staff member an individual bottle of hand sanitizer. They will be given out tomorrow morning, so we will gather in houses for our photo, and at that same time, your house dean will give you that bottle of Nudgee hand sanitizer, and we thank Mr. Fulliger for that. It's a practical and symbolic statement about the importance at the moment for us to stay safe and practice good hygiene habits, and of course we keep focusing on social distancing. Final announcements today, Year 11. We're looking forward to you hearing something about college leadership in the future at your assembly on Friday morning in Teeny Hall. So period 1, Friday, Year 11, and we look forward to the GPS activities for this weekend. Now for our closing formalities, and slightly unusually because our audience today is our junior school, I would call to the middle of our audience today Year 6 man Bill Cannellan. And Bill is going to lead us in 3 cheers. Please join in PC groups. And our junior school, let's make sure your 3 cheers are nice and loud. Over to Bill.
Nudgee! 3 cheers for best foot forward. Come on, guys, get your pink laces. 3 cheers for our academic medalists. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. 3 cheers for our Mccroson award winners. Well done, boys. And 3 cheers for our oratory winners. Come on, boys, let's make this one loud. Ingoe! Ingoe! Ingoe!
Well done, our junior school and Bill. To our parents gathered today, shortly we're going to finish, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to leave via the doors on this side, the doors at the back, or the doors on the athletics track side. But you might like to get a photograph with your son, who's just been presented on college assembly, and we'll turn a blind eye to your son being a few minutes late to the next period, mums and dads. So you are welcome to take those photographs as well. But ladies and gentlemen, let's now please be upstanding for our college song.
Beneath purposeful man, 10,000 brothers, we are a sign of faith.
Well done. Congratulations again to everyone who was presented on Assembly today, and we look forward to future medals over the coming weeks. To the boys back in classrooms, Miss Tilliard will ring the bell at 9:50 to start period 2, so you have a few moments to get there. To the Year 6 boys who don't have medals or certificates today, so you've got nothing in your hands, Year 6, if you can help us with stacking the chairs at the front, that would be fantastic leadership. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.
No chair stacking, thank you. SF Friday.
Okay, no chair stacking, that's great. Have a great day, everyone.